Hey guys, Trent Meyer, Rapid Permits here. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you guys about spalling and what spalling is. So spalling is very prevalent in South Florida, especially the Keys. I'm sure you guys have seen it a bunch. It's when you see concrete cracking, expanding, gets a crack in it, etc. So the reason why that's happening is actually because of the metal and the rebar inside of the concrete. Now, when metal is exposed to water, of course it rusts. And what happens is when that rebar inside your concrete rusts, it has a chemical reaction, it oxidizes, and the rebar expands. Now, when the rebar expands, it pushes out, which of course then pushes out in your concrete, and your concrete cracks. And the reason spalling starts is because concrete is actually porous. It looks tight, it looks sealed, but concrete does actually allow some water into it through little pores or porosity in the concrete. And once the rebar starts rusting, it expands, it cracks, and then it actually allows even more water into your concrete through the cracks, which further accelerates the spalling process. So the only way to fix the spalling is to do spalling repair. That's when you chip away the concrete all the way back to good bar, where you find rebar that hasn't started rusting yet, and you replace that section of bar. Or if it's not super terrible, you can put an anti-corrosive agent on it and actually coat that rebar and then re-pour the concrete. Very common throughout South Florida. A lot of older homes, some homes in the Keys actually were even made with aggregate. The concrete was made with aggregate from the salt mines that were in the salt water. So on those houses especially, it's super common, major issue down here, and that is what you need to do to fix it. Now, if you're doing new construction, the only way around making sure you don't have any spalling issues in the future is to use a different type of rebar. Alternate options to rebar versus standard rebar are going to be, you have galvanized rebar, you have basalt rebar, which is actually made from igneous volcanic rock. They make it from that rock. It's cheap, strong, can't rust because it's not made out of metal. And the other thing you have is fiberglass rebar. So those are your alternative options. They're getting used more and more and more, so something to look into. Thank you.